from my throat. Put my phone on my charger. Get my stream chat up and loaded. Okay. So, one sec. There it is. No, I don't want analytics. There it goes. So basically, I did my research because at the end of my last stream, I found out I could have gotten my, what I thought to be, let me check. The 9th and final prayer necklace. Apparently there's 10. And I missed 3 that I can't get, 3 beads. But I know how to get them. There is basically one that only shows up right before the owl boss fight, and I have to fight somebody. And then there are 2. You can revisit the flashback if you do the purification ending. And those will basically... there's basically, you fight the drunkard again, and then you'll fight a ninja, that the ones that wear purple that does like a flurry kick where your dad supposedly died, and then you fight your dad in the flashback, and he's got 2 health bars and for that fight as well. So I think it's about the same difficulty. I also, so basically I've just been trying to figure out loose ends. I found out that all the vendors sell these. I think I actually got that one from somewhere. But basically, I have these for the 3 status ailments. If you're wondering why there's none for electricity, it's because the electricity ailment goes away the moment it activates and just does damage. So there's not a gourd for it. I also found out that I was missing 1 spirit fall. And I looked up a guide. And basically, it is, I believe, this way. I knew this would happen. Literally, I have so many prayer beads, vitality, and attack damage that enemies are almost meaningless in certain sections of the game, except for like the late. But like most of the enemies in the late game, you can completely skip or bypass. Also, I need to adjust my mic volume. Basically, another recap. Whenever stream did still, my bit rate's been kind of funky, just because my internet likes to fluctuate near the end of 3000 bit rate. So I just set it at 3000, hoping that in the future it'll help, like with delays and stuff. And then I uploaded my videos to YouTube, because apparently, like, this game is known to get a little laggy in certain sections, especially sections with really, like, filled with fights. When I was going back through and watching, if I'm connected to Wi-Fi, I think a lot of it also is like Wi-Fi connection when you're watching streams, but other stuff really helps. Jesus Christ. Fuck this. Anyway. I also found out that you can use gourds underwater, which is helpful whenever you try to whenever you were fighting the headless guys, which I didn't know and didn't have that gourd at the time, I don't think. But there's a headless down here that I missed. That'll give me the last spirit fall. I have all the gourds. The only thing I missed throughout the entirety of this playthrough were just 3 beads, which, all in all, that's actually not bad. But basically, I've fixed the bitrate. I've adjusted audio so my voice comes across better over game audio, which is especially prevalent in like my late night streams whenever like my family in the house goes to sleep. My one family member. I talk quieter, and it really helps. And I think now I'm going to try to adjust those on the fly and tweak it to get even like more focused on voice in later hours and stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah, it's just every now and then Twitch will mess up, and then I'll have to uninstall it and then reinstall it. Ah, shit wall. Oh shit. God, fighting these guys is even hard with like max stats. See what I mean? Basically, once I killed him once, I really oh shit, wait. No way. So I can use that for the final boss on New Game Plus. Basically, I think the final boss will be one of the very few things that actually gives me a sense of worry and challenge, because I checked out all the information on New Game Plus, and what I was able to find and yeah, I still got the cough. What I was able to find was that basically the only difference is damage and posture, which is what I kind of figured. But I think it's also a lot easier because at the time you've kind of mastered down the block. And if you perfect block, it doesn't take as much posture. Or any at certain times and certain attacks. It just depends. Like if you perfect block even a red attack, which not all of them that's possible, it doesn't take as much posture damage as if you were just regular hit from it, or if it just would regularly take damage. But you still take some, I'm pretty sure. But if you just take it from regular attacks, it's perfectly fine. So I did check. I did kill every major boss, and named boss, and secret boss. And the only thing I have missed is 3 sub-bosses. One of them is a spear guy, where I kept going back to, I think I was going back to it last night, but I don't remember if I was streaming or not. I killed one of the mini-bosses off-stream just because, like, I didn't know if it was going to be difficult or not. He was fucking unbelievably difficult. Basically, it was kind of like in the attic underneath, I think it's kind of similar to here, the first boss fight you have in that area, mini boss fight. I think it's basically similar to him, but he has 2 health bars and red eyes, which I believe he already had 2 health bars, but nonetheless, red eyes. think I checked this before I left. Phantom Kunai. And a prayer bead? I'm gonna need those. One sec, let me sell some shit. So it looks like I can get the prayer bead I missed from the one guy that died in that section, but I still have, but that still leaves me with, I still have 2 bosses that, mini bosses that show up during the purification. So, yeah. Basically, the memory slot, I wondered why there was a memory slot when you only got 1. You'll get a bell from eavesdropping multiple times on the one-armed man and the girl and then the old samurai dude. And then you'll come back to here and you'll revisit the place, and then there will be 2 more boss fights. Need more money. Other than that, I'm pretty good on most of these items, and I think I can get a bunch more later in the game. Oh, that's my dog playing with her toy. Scare the shit out of me. Well, good thing I did a double check. So I can use that kunai to upgrade my shit, apparently. I don't know what it's for. I need it though. Oh well, I I'm not really super concerned with it. I'll just get it on the next New Game Plus or whatever. And basically when I start in the New Game Plus, which will be right now, there will be a few major changes. Basically, all enemies are revived, even the mini-bosses and the spirit guys I just killed. And there's a bunch. Shit, I didn't bring my cough drops in here. Give me a sec, because I drowned some cough syrup, and I apologize. Oh, God. Oh. It tastes terrible. Oh. I love my grandmother to death on my father's side, but God.
Some 20 years.
She's like a needy girlfriend. She messages all the damn time.
But
But,
plan was on the brink of
Oh, that
collapse.
stuff was awful. Basically, all the mini bosses are brought
And the
back.
shinobi, known as Wolf, had lost everything.
And
Both the man who took him in and the boy he had sworn to protect.
so apparently in the flashback, like in the memory, you've been like this for years, apparently. Because in the flashback, when you get impaled, you've been like this for 3 years. And I guess they couldn't kill you, so they just threw you down there. And they can't kill the leader either. So, like, that's the setup for all this. And I didn't figure that out till, like, way later.
Open your eyes. For the sake of your master.
But, yeah, basically, when you start off this game, you know how the Bell Demon would give you a harder game mode? Well, in this, you can give your, Lord Kuro a charm. And the charm basically is kind of like that, but it's even more difficult because it gives, basically when you deflect an attack, you still take damage, but your enemy also receives damage too, making it much more difficult with you for boss fights, but making it easier to kill weaker enemies, in a sense, but also at the same time harder. So a bit of a give and a take with that one. Wait, do I already have my ninja arm? Weird. I guess New Game Plus really doesn't give a shit. I also checked. The dude that was checking down here, you can send him or the fat guy to go to the doctor. And the only thing that changes in that quest line is apparently the doctor's son was the big fat guy that's up in the that I speared away. So that creates an interesting dialogue about him calling him dad and stuff. But other than that, you don't really get much rewards. So that quest line is pointless. But also, even when you progress his quest line, it's also pointless because you have to fight that one lady who's, I think, there no matter what. But
we didn't shackle him, restrain him, nothing. That doesn't worry anybody?
he still dies in the end, so like that quest line's a little
He
disappointing.
has completely lost his will to live. Nothing but a coward. Unworthy of our concern.
But yeah, I think that this will go better. Also, I found out something interesting. You can beat the first boss. But what happens is that bird dude who was like one of the assisting ninjas or whatever the hell you call him, he, instead of like him just cutting your arm off and beating you in battle and being victorious, what happens is the bird dude throws a shuriken in and you go to block it, and then he cuts your arm off when you block it. So, and then he says, surely a shinobi could tell the difference between an honorable and a dishonorable fight or whatever, basically making fun of you, saying that you should have fought dirty because he did. And I guess the whole plot of this game is that like everything's being overrun and there's like a fight for leadership or whatever, and they took him out of the picture years ago, but basically it's all coming to a spiral and out of control, and he wants to return the land to how it was, but he needs to bring his grandfather back, which is why he kills himself with a mortal blade in the end. I guess he was okay with doing it by himself, but if he was to fail, that's the reason he brought his dad back, or grandpa back.
Well to come here.
And apparently there are 4 endings.
It's been too
There's the
long.
purification
Wolf.
ending, there's the secret ending I got, and there's the base ending, and then there's the Ashura ending where you betray everything. And the Ashura ending basically
Well
cuts
then.
half the game out of the picture. It's basically you side with your dad whenever he asks you, and then you fight the gourd seed lady and you fight the old man.
Raise
And basically
your
what I'm
head.
going to go for in this one is I want the purification ending. Because besides the secret ending, the purification ending is the only other good ending. There are 2 good endings and 2 bad endings.
My shinobi.
Basically what happens is you kill yourself
in
and you sever the
accordance
ties of
with the
immortality,
bond
but
of
Lord
Lord
Kuro
Entertainer.
lives. Lord
You will
Kuro
pledge
also
your
lives in
life
the ending I
in my
got,
service.
but like consciously, his body's dead, and him and the girl like form as one, and then you go to hunt down the land of the dragons, and there's kind of like an interesting deal and possibly a continuation. But if you get the Ashura ending, you basically just murder everyone, even your dad, who you sided with in the beginning. If you choose to obey the Iron Code, you still betray him, and you impale him when he's not looking, so you don't even have a fight there, and then you become a demon that walks the land. If you get the base ending, Lord Kuro dies, and you take the spot of the old man who loses the arm, and then the Gourd Seed Lady gives it to you and says you'll probably have to give it to a shinobi in the future, basically creating a looping cycle. And as we found out in my finals, it wasn't exactly my final stream, but it was the stream before that, because I think I killed the Rage Demon. No, okay, it would have been 3 streams ago, because basically what had happened was I had like a 2 to 3 hour stream of me raging the fuck out of that final boss fight, trying to learn the patterns, trying to learn how to fight, and for the first 2 to 3 hours I was doing the runaway tactic, but I found out it was more rewarding to be more aggressive. Basically, another thing I've noticed is, whenever I played this game...
Loyal Wolf, were you grieved?
After what?
Do you not remember?
I do.
No. Right now we must.
As you say.
There's a
And he's
secret
talking about when I got
passage
impaled,
beneath
and
their
you get impaled by
leash
your
told
dad
me
if you
about.
notice the
I asked
sword.
you, once you find signal, like I will join you.
No.
I see. I leave this in.
If you give him the charm, it increases the difficulty. Like I said, when you block, you'll still take damage, and a bunch of other shit. It's kind of dumb. Okay, so I have the Ninja Tool arm. No, I don't. It's actually my hand. It's just got the ninja wrappings. Okay, never mind. I thought I had the arm just because of the wrappings, but I didn't realize that that's just the base set. But I swear the wrappings change based on your upgrades, so it still acts like it's the ninja arm. But the only difference is it's got wooden fingers, and this is regular fingers. But basically, my problem, I think my entire problem for this entire game, was I'm so used to Dark Souls, and I still do it in my fights. Like you'll see, even when I beat the final boss fight, I was still doing it. What happened is I was not being aggressive, and I, instead of like holding this to restore my posture, I would let go and then block at the exact moment. But you actually restore your posture more when you're holding this than you do when you're not. You're not punished by holding up your guard like you are in Dark Souls. You're also not supposed to like back up and then move in and do all that. This game rewards you for being aggressive, and and it bit me in the ass today because I wanted to see if other people were having similar deals, so I watched a dude play an aggressive playthrough and just destroy all the bosses. And it was beautiful. He used the ninja tools as he was supposed to. Everything. It was something to marvel at. And like, he had every ninja tool masked down for certain bosses. He knew what their weaknesses were. He did his research, and some of them are actually interesting and do different things, which you wouldn't expect. Come and fight me. I don't feel like doing stealth. But yeah, basically I just couldn't shed the whole like Dark Souls based combat. And I mean, hell, I was having problems when I was playing the Surge because I would try to block a lot of the unblockable attacks with the final boss, who also gave me hell in Surge. Now that I think back to it, I was having about as many problems with Surge as I was having with this. Near the end, not like on specific boss fights and knowing the prayer beads and all that bullshit. It was just specifically at the end is when it finally caught up to me. This guy's got weird attacks. Yeah, basically when you beat bosses now, they'll either drop like interesting items like Jizo statues, or like quick use items and a bunch of other bullshit. They don't, oh sweet, I have all that. They don't drop beads or anything like that, so if you were hoping it was like Dark Souls where you could kill enemies and or like go back and play it on New Game Plus and then just get more gourd seeds and shit like that, it doesn't work like that. I think they've learned.
You know that secret passage at the bottom? We just got ordered.
There's a glitch I saw in what is it? There's a daily gaming deal where they like focus on glitches or like really cool skill-based moments. I can't remember. God, I can't remember the name. But there's a glitch where when you start the New Game Plus, which I think they fixed it, if you remember, whenever the castle gets first laid siege, and especially sieged the second time, because the castle gets taken over because I think the courts are fighting or something, it doesn't, like, even though this has plot, it's not as, like, good as anything else with plot. It's actually a little lazy and doesn't tell you specifically. It'll give you hints, and then that's what you have to go off of. Which is still more than Dark Souls, but it's still not what I was expecting when they acted like it was going to be a bit more story-based. They didn't, like, broadcast that or anything. It was just, I don't know, it just felt a little different. Yeah. So that's... that's how that all went. And it's kind of give and takey, especially when you try to figure out oh, I can't use Akko's Spirit Fall. Weird. But if I had the sugars, I bet I could have used those. Yeah. Yeah, so you can actually win this fight. I don't know if I'm going to do it because... I don't know. It was almost impossible the first time around through the game. I mean, it's possible, but it's like... with me just learning everything and stuff like that... His posture recovers fast. So basically, he gets pissed off. This fight, if he thinks he's losing, or if he just gets upset and gets hit too many times. And it kind of gives you a different feel for it. Oh shit, I almost whiffed that. right, sweet. There we go. Oh. Okay, that glitched out a little bit. See, and then this kunai comes in or not kunai, there'll be a shuriken and distraction, and then you get your arm cut off. And he says this
Shinobi
bullshit
knows the
line.
difference between honor and victory. The divine
He thinks
heir is
I'm too
coming for
honorable
me.
because I didn't fight dirty. And honestly, the main plot of this game, because the Ashura ending is bullshit. It's not. I don't think it's going to be considered canon in later games unless they use it as like, hey, your guy's now the new bad guy and you've got to win back the land. I could see them pulling that shit, like an infamous Second Son type thing. But a lot of the plot in every other ending is that like you're shedding your shinobi beliefs and you're becoming more human and being able to actually show emotion and care for other people and stay and all that, and it's very interesting. And I didn't know it because I didn't win that fight the first time, but that's the first hint at all that you're becoming better at being a human. But also it shows that like you weren't fighting dirty, like your dad tries to cry and then stab you in the back. You still fight honorably. Like your character bridges the line between the moral beliefs of samurai and shinobi, because he should be using a bunch of sneaky tactics, which I mean he does kind of use the shinobi prosthetic, but that's only after like fighting honorably as a shinobi in the beginning. And half the time you aren't even fighting regular enemies.
Awake.
And you're normally outnumbered, so I guess it's
Looks like death is not your fate. Just yet.
So I think that all the hair on him and stuff might be like symbolic of him. I want to see something. I want to get a good look at his design. Well, we know he was the one-armed demon, which is very interesting.
You see the kind it was carved when a man must confront what is
Confront me.
anger. That what you're on the eyes
That is nothing.
you do.
Okay, so I need to get money, and I can start actually putting upgrades into this, because I have most of the materials, and then I'm going to have to, I'll probably still end up finishing most of the upgrades late game, but yeah.
No matter what, thus is the full understow.
Why am
All I couldn't let you get.
How long was it? I see.
However, your master, they will looking at you. Your there's one to stoop to.
I don't see the lady.
You're not, but you should, sir. Please face me. Oh. Damn. that sword. It was a thing for you.
What are you?
Some call others. I can't. How about you? Seems you have a lot to say. Why don't you use me for some sword practice? Might come in handy for whatever your mission is. Well,
Very well.
right then, they say. Have you known this temple attracts the certainly fit? And I suppose interesting things make their way into the office. Come back if you have tech.
I want to check. I'm going to look up what the offering box actually does. So I need to check and see if somebody... I have to do teacher supervision hours. Okay. I'm looking up the offering box in Security. Let's see. If you end up somehow losing or not getting key item, it will show up in the box. If an NPC dies without you buying certain key items, and then so it's mostly merchants, but I did get a bead, didn't I? I also have the Dragon's Mask, so like after I, which I doubt I'm gonna get all the skills, this time around, but I think the reason the bead showed up is because the spear guy died after that certain point in the game, because I have to kill 2 people in the, oh, she appears after I rest first. I was wondering, because the first time I played this game, I passed her, turned around, and thought it was insane.
Truly, the power of I never.
Who are you?
My name. I am a.
What method?
Forgive, however, to assist. I'm not, however, the goal that was. I am a doctor.
You made...
Yes, but I'm sure the medicine, even after being.
Yes.
Bring me.
Gourds?
Yes, medicinal. Adding news if you find any.
All right.
I'd like.
What is it?
Please,
What?
this white
What
mark.
the fuck?
Is it a
Oh, it's-
birthmark?
No.
It's the pill.
Or perhaps.
Are you...
Yes, I'm so. Goodbye.
So the white hairs in the Lord's hair and a bunch of other shit like that, I guess they're symbolic of him having the dragon's blood or some shit like that. Basically, now I can go through this game for a second time and get all the upgrades, get that different ending so I can get the last beads, and then I will technically have truly 100%ed all items. I'm fairly certain. I give a lot more money this time around, I think. Yeah, fuck it. Come on. I gotta admit, after putting in my first playthrough, I'm fairly confident in my skills and abilities until I'm fighting, like, certain bosses. Like, I know I might die a few times to the dad. The one boss, the dude with the bow that's immortal, I don't think I'm gonna die in his, or at least actually die. I might, like, have the death with the resurrection type shit, but I don't think I'm gonna die fighting him anymore, because that boss fight I just did, I'm certain is supposed to be more difficult than the actual fight where you have a rematch against him. And now that I know how to deflect lightning and all that bullshit, and I basically have his entire moveset memorized, with him also including the second mortal blade, which without that he's even easier. So that's a definite. He's fucking. I don't. What the hell did I guess I ate McDonald's burritos or something. But I love McDonald's breakfast burritos. Only when they're fresh, though. You can tell when they're old. That's why I order them at all times of the day, because ding 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 ding, they don't prep them till after breakfast. So if you get them after noon, they're always fresh, which is fucking amazing. Bonsai. Dogs aren't supposed to come through here. No pets allowed. Give me all your money. I have enough for an upgrade now, but I want to clear this whole area and then get all of the fun back. Basically, I'm going to try to buy all the upgrades that are available to me. I should still have the dragon mask. Yes, I do. So after... I don't think I'm going to get all the skills I can get, even after finishing this playthrough. I might come pretty close, or I might get it near the very end, but that's a maybe on that one. But basically once I do, then the only thing, skill points, which I don't have a full one yet. I don't know if they get harder near the end or whatever, but since I'm on new game, I'm pretty sure that it should be fine. I just juggled that asshole. With all the items being back, and me realizing the importance of coin purses, me knowing where all the merchants are, I think I should be pretty safe on saving money. Especially for, like, big purchases. But now I can also, like, save up for that kunai that's like $4 grand or whatever. I thought there was supposed to be an item here. Oh well. Really, Wolf? You didn't... Take no satisfaction. Okay, whew, I really have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna end my stream at about 45 minutes, and this is basically setting the new ground for my new playthrough, and I will start up another stream here shortly. So, look forward to that. I think I'm gonna play through the entirety of this game again, but I feel like it's gonna be a bit rushed. It won't be intentionally rushed, but I mean, it's not gonna take as long as it did, because now I know everything. Now I know what enemies I do have to kill and don't have to kill, and most of the time I can pass them up. I'm not gonna waste my time on mini bosses anymore, unless I really feel like getting some extra cash or something.